and you have a close relationship with all your guys. I know this about you over the years, Ron. But I've never heard one of your players say what Donovan Edwards just said about you. And he said, look, man, I'm going to be honest with you. That's my best friend. That's my guy. He more than my coach. He's my best friend. Have you sensed that kind of connection with him?
I always thought it was like an uncle-nephew relationship, and there's times when I'll text him, and he's come a long way. Just some of the adversity he's had to deal with in his life that most kids don't have to deal with, and he just gets better and better every year. And gets stronger, and just sending him some texts, just not even about anything, just like, hey, I appreciate you. Hey, you did a great job here, or you could do this better. And those little things, when you just, you're constructive with your criticism and, giving some advice. I've been in the shoes before. I've been that guy, highly recruited guy, and, everyone's looking at what decision you're going to make and just teaching him how to go through the process and, most importantly, how to be a good human being.
So what do you think his timeline, because he's pretty consistent with saying that it's going to be December. It's going to be late in the process. What do you think that's about? Like why wait versus going down from based on talking to him? What do you think that's about?
There's two things. One, I think the most important thing for him is he wants to go on these campuses. He's hopeful. I know that there's some schools that reached out to him that say, hey, if we're allowed to, hey, let's make an official visit this date, right? On campus visit. So now when you tell a kid that, the kid is looking at, he's setting a date for himself in his head, like, okay, I'm going on this campus this date. And the second thing is, he's a kid that he wants to see, and I know he told us to a particular head coach, he says, before I go to battle with you, I want to see what troops I'm going to battle with. And he wants to see what the recruiting classes look like. Now, some coaches want him to commit early so he could help develop those classes. But he's more or less, I want to see what those classes look like because, quite frankly, I want to win championships. I want to compete for championships. And, so he's doing his homework. He's doing his due diligence. And, I told him if you wait that long, then so be it. But, we'll see. We'll see what, if we play football this year, how it turns out.
Okay. And so I got to ask you specifically about Michigan real quick, because I know you do your part to take that hat off. But you also are intimately aware of how they recruit.
Yeah.
So what's different? Because it really, it seems like things have shot up. Things have improved dramatically over the past 4 or 5 months. So what's different? What did they do different? How did they adjust? How did they adapt?
Well, it's like the pretty girl in school. Everybody wants to get the pretty girl in school, but some people don't know how to shoot their shot. So once you let everybody shoot their shot, and then there's the one guy who comes in afterwards, after everyone has made their sales pitch, and they come in behind and they're a little aggressive. But the aggression with it is more or less, it's calculated, I should say. And when I say calculated, it means it's not everything about football, and you're getting a little bit from everybody on the staff. Kids want to feel wanted, and that's the biggest thing. You don't have to call them all the time, but to hear different voices, see different faces with the voices, that means a lot to these kids. And I think they've done a great job in that regard.